This is Grocery Talks with food distribution guys Richard Baker, where we provide food manufacturers with a greater understanding of Canada's grocery sector. And now, here's our host, Richard Baker.
Today, I am pleased to be joined online by Paige Ohliger, CEO and founder of Plantricious. Welcome, Paige, and thank you for your time.
Oh, hi, Richard. Thank you.
Can you please provide us with a brief overview of yourself and your business?
Okay, well, I guess real briefly, in 2008, I read the book, The China Study, and it kind of changed my whole life, my whole direction. At that time, I had a meal assembly service business here in St. Louis. I was one of the partners, and we were mainly serving just a lot of meat-based dishes and cheese and things like that. It's a very Midwestern. And after reading the China Study, I was like, wow, it's the most comprehensive book on nutrition study done to date, right? And it basically, the research points that a plant-based diet is the most healthy diet for us. And so I kind of pitched it to my partners and said, hey, I read this book and I think we should be serving more plant-based meals. Well, we had a model that was working and they were like, yeah, we're not really willing to change this. And that was in 2008. So it was kind of a very new, it was ahead of the time.
A new item to talk about plant-based foods in 2008.
Yeah, it was. And I totally understood, but after knowing what you know, you can't unknow it. And so yes. I sold my share in 2010, and I went on to do more research on plant-based eating and cooking and things like that. I found out that not only is a plant-based diet the best diet for us, it's also the best diet for the planet. So that's kind of a double whammy, because my whole life I kind of lived towards the adage of, leave a place better than you found it.
Yes.
And so I was like, okay, this fits. And so I wanted to find out more about this field. So I did, a good friend of mine was one of the co-founders of the Plantricious Project. And she was just starting it. And so I was volunteering. And as part of volunteering, I got to go to their conferences, and they hold this annual conference. It's the Plant-Based Nutrition Healthcare Conference. Awesome. The Plantricious Project is basically an organization that is educating physicians and healthcare professionals on the benefits of plant-based nutrition. So I was exposed to all the experts in this field, like all the leading names: T. Colin Campbell, Michael Greger, Dean Ornish, Caldwell Esselstyn, all these great names. And so after every conference, they just had their 8th, which was this year, when it was virtual. But after every one of the conferences, we would have the opportunity to read the surveys of the attendees, and on the flight back home, because we both lived in St. Louis. And so Susan and I would be reading the comments. And the one question that always intrigued me the most was, what could the Plantricious Project do to help the healthcare practitioners and their patients? And so they came up with 3 things that always stood out. One was they needed some kind of a take-home manual. And so the Plantricious Project created the Quick Start Guide and plant-based Quick Start Guide. Then they also said that they had, people didn't know how to cook this way. And so they created this program called the Culinary RX, which was with Ruby Cooking School. And it's an online program, how to cook and why to cook plant-based. And then the third thing was, how do our patients find the foods that we're recommending on the shelves or in the restaurants? And that's where we came up with the Plantricious. Okay. And so we made it its own division. I created this outside of the Plantricious Project, but it's what we did was create a platform where to make plant-based choices easy. So we worked with the nation's leading healthcare experts, defined a set of guidelines and created a seal, and that provides the food industry and the public with a trusted and transparent way to identify plant nutritious foods that the healthcare community is prescribing. So, and then, so we also, we cultivated an ecosystem for the healthcare, for food brands to access a community of healthcare practitioners and health conscious consumers as well. So, but the whole point of what we did was to create a way to differentiate the plant nutritious from the plant-based.
Right.
And
Okay.
so, yeah.
So what is the meaning of plantricious? What does that really mean?
Well, it's plants plus nutrition plus delicious. It's just a combination of those words. So that's what that means.
Okay. And so what are the key attributes that your brand must have in order to become Plantricious certified?
So we have two certifications. The gold star is certified Plantricious, and it has 7 criteria, and it must be whole food, plant-based vegan, minimally processed, no added oils, no added sugars, no artificial additives or preservatives. And then the real differentiator here is sodium to calories, 1 milligram or less to calories, 1 milligrams of sodium to 1 calorie or less. And then total fiber to calories would be 2 grams of fiber for every 100 calories or more, 2 grams or more. So those are the two things. For our other certification, which is the Plantricious friendly certification, we don't have the sodium or the fiber requirements because this seal was made for things that were more like ingredients to be added into Plantricious certified foods, or a beverage or a sauce or a condiment, things like that, where you're not going to get that fiber, or you might have more sodium.
So what different organizations endorsed your Plantricious certification?
So we've got over 300 healthcare professionals and organizations that have endorsed us. We have, obviously, the Plantricious Project has endorsed us. We've also got the American College of Lifestyle Medicine. It's a medical association or medical professional association that it focuses on lifestyle medicine. And one of their pillars, their 6 pillars, is nutrition. And they do advocate for a more plant nutritious diet. So, and then we also have Forward Food, which is an organization that is a division of the Humane Society that actually focuses on helping institutions and businesses use more plant-based foods in their cooking and cook more plant-based. So, so they use our certification as their gold star for their program. And so it's a great opportunity for our brands to be featured in their program, because they go out and they do demonstrations with the different products. So
what is the difference between, let's say, being plant-based certified and being Plantricious certified?
Oh, do you mean the Plant-Based Food Association certification?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the difference between PBFA and Plantricious is PBFA is a trade association. And so, like the things I pointed out, the differences are that, we are a certification based on nutrition guidelines. We're endorsed by over 300 healthcare professionals and organizations.
Whereas we do know with a lot of plant-based foods, they have a lot of it has processed foods.
Yeah, but they're very
which is not eligible to be Plantricious certified.
Exactly, but what we say is that, Plant-Based Food Association, they do a lot of great work with, allowing the plant-based industry to use the word milk or burger or meats, things like that. They're fighting for those rights, but we're just differentiating so people can understand this is what my doctor is recommending. And then this is, these are the other foods that I can eat, because they're great for the environment, or, maybe it all depends. So how you want to use it, but we're a tool. We basically see Plantricious and our seal as tools to help make more better choices.
Right.
More informed choices.
So if I was a brand, I wanted to try to make contact with you, what's the best way to make contact with you, Paige?
Just go on our website. You can email me at paige@plantricious.com. We have a info@plantricious.com right on our website. You can access us. So we're pretty easy to get to.
Excellent. And I also believe you're going to be a guest speaker at an event that you just informed me about, or you're just accepted to be become an event, I believe.
Oh, an event? We have another podcast. Eat for the Planet. Yeah, Eat for the Planet. We're going to be on that, and no, I can't think of the event. Oh, I hope
okay. Well, I can't. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No.
Okay. Well, thank you again, Paige Ohliger, for being our guest today. I was really enjoyable, and hopefully that people have a greater appreciation of the benefits of being Plantricious certified.
Oh, thank you very much for this opportunity.
And if you're a food manufacturer seeking distribution in Canada's grocery sector, please visit our website, www.fooddistributionguide.com. Thanks again, Paige.
Thank you, Richard. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.